CDBG, I'd like to know the status of any funding grant that we received to make sure that we have a consolidated plan to ensure how the money is being spent. Some funds can be used for handicapped people to have a better access to and from their house. We have to make significant changes and sacrifice cutting costs, eliminating of some programs, use reserve funds, freeze all hiring, and no increase in salary. It's just part of balancing the budget. You probably have heard President Obama's speech. He said, we are in the midst of a crisis, a tough time ahead of us. There is no doubt in my mind that we can meet those challenges and overcome this crisis. It's a bad time for all of us, and I think in a good time, we must ensure that all our city staff get fair and equitable salaries. But it's just a bad time right now. And we cannot tie ourselves to any long-term contract with anyone. And that's all.
Thank you. Councilman Romero.
No, I just want to thank the Economic Development Commission for making the presentation, to keep it us updated to what's going on out there, and also to the Calexico Chamber of Commerce for their presentation. This is things that the council needs to be informed of what's going on in the respective commissions. In that regard, I look forward maybe to the next meeting where one or two other commissions are making a presentation. That's all.
Yes, I'm grateful for the initiative on the downtown restroom. I passed by the First Street downtown area and I saw all restroom trailers have been replaced for the new one. So I appreciate that. I know Nick, you've been working on that hard and I appreciate it. That's all.
I'd like to also congratulate. This was a historical day for a number of reasons. It seemed like after watching the inauguration speech and the new president take office, it seemed like a different. I sensed something different. I think that as Mayor Pro Tem Hassan mentioned, and has been mentioned, these are tough times. These are very tough times economically, socially. I think our families are more stressed than ever. Kids are growing up too fast. Technology is just rapidly changing. But I think we can harness all these changes and do some good within our communities. And so I think that's at least the spirit that may have guided us sitting up here and being elected by our citizens, is some spirit of change. I know it was like that when I came on the council. It may have been like that for those that are sitting here that are new as well, is that notion that things have to change. We have to do things differently. And right now, it was probably the worst year I've ever been in office, but I think really it may be the best, because only when times are tough is when we can think clearly and we can think about making those tough decisions that impact the future generations and those coming after us. So I was very excited. I think it's a moment that I'll be able to talk to my grandkids about. My daughter was asking me about politics and what she can do. She's only 6, but she started to get excited. And my political affiliation is not similar to the president's, but I did vote for him, and I've been reading his book. And but for those that haven't, I think you can understand how he was elected by what he wrote, and I think you'll understand his policies that he wants to implement a lot better after having read what his thoughts on our democracy. So for those that, it's just a book suggestion. Anyway, I'll move on with the consent agenda. I'd like to pull items 7, 6. Anyone else?
I'd like to look at 9.
9, same number, 6, 7, 9, and 1. 1. Okay, so 1, 6, 7, 9. Do I have a motion to approve item 2, 3, 4, 5,
8 and 10.
8, and 10?
So moved.
At first and second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passed. Item number 1.
Item number one, there's no issue, well, I don't have any issue on the December 16th minutes. On the December 23rd minutes on page 3, it has there that I was on record, there we go, as voting no against a study for the traffic issue on First between Rockwood and Hebron. What I recall from that motion, which is not in the language here, was for the flow to go west towards Rockwood Avenue. I am very much in favor of the study, but at that time, the one word that's missing was that the traffic flow will still go west. I would like to see it where it goes east, away from the probably the most congested point here in Calexico, the First Street and Rockwood. So the thing is that the motion itself would include that the traffic should go west. That's why I voted no. Page 3 on the December the 23rd.
So I asked you for it.
Are the minutes in there? They should read facing traffic flow going west. That's what we're talking about that evening. Here it just talks about a study, which I met with the chief and I met with Charles, so they are very much aware that I am very much in support of this, but the reason I voted no at that time was, at that time we were talking about traffic going towards the Rockaway.
So, just so I'm clear, are you asking for a change?
No, not change the voting, but just include the language that traffic was going to flow west.
I think a study can be looked at in many ways. That study can be looked at.
No, I was trying to recall this particular issue, why I would have voted no. And the only reason I would have voted no is if the traffic study that was requested also included traffic going west, which I was considered completely against.
So let's clarify. Is there something wrong with the minutes as they stand?
To be the minutes are incorrect.
The minutes are incorrect.
So you had a study was for the flow to go west,
And that was when you voted yes?
when I voted no. See, right now, it doesn't show which way the flow is going to go.
Right.
So they said no because the language that when the motion was made and second and passed was because the traffic was still going to go towards the Rockaway.
So the minutes are correct, it's just you're asking for...
No, this is incorrect. They should just say the wording, traffic, flow.
Mayor, if I may, after the word needed, we could have modify those three and have the flow continue on the westerly direction. And then that his vote will be no, because it's buses, taxis, median, and continue from the west. Because that's what works after the median. And that will be the median.
So they're changing the minutes or changing the study that you want?
Well, one thing is what happened. What happened was what I'm saying. The minutes here should read traffic going west. That's the minute.
And I think we assume because it's a one-way that maybe
Yes.
one word added because
When
it's
it-
currently a one-way street going
That is
west.
correct. So I'm just not to correct the minutes here to show that the traffic flowing west. Okay? That's it.
Motion to pass item number 1 with the correction in the minutes.
So move.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passed. Item number 6. Work bid for landscaping maintenance services. You want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first, if you mind, Mr. Mayor. The reason that we vote this item out, that I vote this item out myself, also, we have two contracts. One is for 275, 640, and the other for 33, 440.